Hello, friends. How are you? Good morning. Well, it's still morning here. No, it's not. It's just after lunch. So maybe I'm catching a few of you on your lunch break where I can come on here and entertain you if I if I will. I have a few tips that I just wanted to run by you. We this month in my inner circle are talking about memberships and running memberships for your business, and who should run a membership, and what are the processes of running a membership, and how often should you give members, give content to your members. How do you handle taking payments? All of that stuff we're talking this month in my inner circle group. So this video, I wanted to just to come on and give you some business tips for your business, and maybe go over 3 reasons why you might be ready for a membership site for your own business. Hi, Pat. How are you? Hi, Sandra. Hi, Marcia. Hi, everybody. Welcome. So this is a video for you business owners. If you are not in a business, I totally understand that. But you might know somebody who is trying to run a creative business that you could share this video with. That would be so helpful to me, and I would definitely thank you and give you a virtual hug for doing that. So again, we're just going to be talking about how memberships have, helped me in my business, and 3 reasons or 3 ways that you may feel that a membership site can help your business too. All right, so the first thing that I wanted to just bring up to you is that when we create our creative businesses, we have ebb and flows of revenue. We have those days when the revenue is way up, like the holidays. I apologize for the dog. Never fails as soon as I come on Facebook Live, he starts barking. There are going to be days when revenue's way up. Let's say Thanksgiving, Christmas, January. Then, you might have some. July is another really big performing month for me. So you're going to have ebbs and flows in your business, and that's normal. That's totally normal. So there are going to be times that you might want to create a digital product for your business, and then you're going to see your income just like go way up there every time you create something digital. It could be a how-to video, it could be how to make a wreath, or how to make a candle, or how to decorate that cookie that everybody's asking you about. So it could be that you're creating these one-off digital products and selling them, and you see the inflow of money that comes when you create that. But then you'll have this dip. So for me, example, I knew that I needed to teach people how to make a certain style wreath, because people, I noticed from my Google Analytics, when you have a website, you ladies, I'll be showing you how to do this. In my inner circle, you have to have certain things in place when you have that website. And if you have a creative business and you're trying to take this seriously, you all need a website. All right, so you can't just be dependent on Etsy for everything. You need to have your own website to make you a legit business person. People want to do business with businesses and if you don't have a website, you're not taken as seriously. So once you get your website up, you'll have things installed like Google Analytics. And what Google Analytics does is it tells you who's coming to your website, what pages are they landing on, what's getting the most views. And once I started seeing that and seeing a lot of people are coming for this one style of wreath, but they're not buying. Why are they not buying from me? Did I want to think that I wasn't good enough, or that I couldn't make the sale, or my prices weren't high enough? That really never did come into play for me. It didn't. I know that does for a lot of people. But sometimes you have to realize that it ain't about you. It's about the viewer. So they were coming to my website for inspiration. They wanted to make their own and they wanted ideas. And once I realized that, and it was an aha moment, these people are coming just to get some ideas from me. How can I capitalize on that as well? So that's when I created my first ebook. That was a digital product that I could sell. It's all called passive income. And in the group this month, I just spoke on the power of passive income, how basically you create a product. It might take you a good solid week, a solid 2 weeks. It might, depending on the depth of your product, it could be even a month. You know, for me, my ebook was a good solid week of creating. And then once I've created it, I can sell it over and over and over again. And that's where the passiveness comes in. I don't really have to do a lot more to it, that it could just keep selling itself. Now, I do have to have updates to it every now and then, and there are some maintenance and things like that that have to come into play. But for the most part, I could be having a margarita on the beach and have that money come in. All right, so you could create passive income. You could create these digital products. Let's say you want to teach people how to make a certain style wreath on a video, and you could do that. And then all of a sudden, you'll see this inflow of sales because you just launched this new product. So you get this big, high influx of sales, and then it goes down. And then you're like, oh my gosh, last month was so awesome. This month is not so awesome. How the heck am I going to keep doing this, keep producing those one-offs, keep producing those digital products, and in order to keep the sales coming up there? So sometimes the money is like this in your business. Or you might have an off season, say the summer months, and you're like, okay, nothing's coming in for my business for the summer months. What can I do? When you have signs like that, it's typically a sign that you are ready for possibly a membership site for your own business. So that could be a clue that you're ready to maybe launch your first membership group. Another sign could be that you've developed a good following. You've been helping people in groups. People come to you for questions. You've got lots of knowledge built up. They come to you for advice. They want to know how to do something. And you'll know when you're ready, because everybody and their mother, so there's your sister, your mom, your neighbor, your friend down the street, will be coming to you for advice. People in Facebook groups. How do you do this? How did you do that? Where do I get this? What? They're just constantly picking your brain. And so you've developed what I call, and what people call in the industry, a tribe. So you've got a following of people who are they're just hanging on every word that you're saying. They just want to know what you know. They want to be rubbing shoulders with you. They want to be in the thick of it with you. They want more from you. Some of you out there are ready for this. Some of you already have this happening in groups. Your followers, your tribe, they want to be with you. They want to tune in on a weekly basis and hear more information from you. They're just ready to be in the know. They want to know what you know. They want to walk your path. They've seen you walk through what you've started with and where you're at now. They want to know how you did it. So when you get what I call having a tribe, a dedicated following, you're becoming an expert in your field. Then that's another sign you're ready for a membership. Now, there are going to be people who might ask you, do you have a membership? What's your membership? 2 or 3 people asking for it is not what I'm talking about, okay? I'm talking about you have a lot of knowledge you've built up. You've got a lot of people who are hanging on your every word. Now, one way, if you don't have a tribe and you don't have a following, there are a couple of ways that you can get that. Number one, you can have a free group, a free Facebook group where you are basically building a community around, ideas around your niche, and you're catering to people, and you're just giving a little bit more of yourself, and people are wanting to, get just a little bit more from you. You could do that. That to me is a little harder to convert people who are getting free content from you to all of a sudden want to be paying money for your content. Does that make sense? So it is a little harder to do it that way. However, it's a great way to build up that tribe of people, build up that community, to build your confidence and knowing that that is something that you could do potentially down the road. Another way that you could do this is create those one-off products. So create an ebook or create a downloadable digital video. You could create a video on how to do 6 things. Let's say you're in wreath making and you want to teach 6 different seasonal style wreaths. You could create one product with that and tie with it a paid Facebook group. So in other words, the only way they get into that Facebook group is if they pay for your product. So now it's not a free Facebook group, but yet it's a Facebook group. It's a way to build community, a way to help people, a way to guide them, a way to answer questions. And as you are in that group and you're helping everybody and you're helping people to succeed, you're going to get confidence in yourself. You're going to get people who are trusting what you're saying because they are implementing what you're teaching them and it's working for them. And so you can start to build a tribe that way. That was the best thing I ever did for my own business, is when I tied a private Facebook group to one of my digital products and I helped them. I gave way more content than I should have, but you know what? I didn't care because I was helping people. I was building community. I was supporting other people in my industry. I was building that relationship that needs to happen in a business whenever you're going to run a membership group. So then when I first did launch my membership group, I had people who were jumping in. I didn't even really have to officially launch it. People were just waiting for me to do that. They were waiting for the next step. And I know a lot of you who are listening to this right now are waiting. You have people waiting for you. You have people who want to be with you, want more information from you. So instead of, waiting, do it. Create a membership for your followers. A way that you can create a membership without jumping in full head-on, feet first, and promising months and months of content, because that's a little overwhelming when you jump in and you're like, oh my gosh, I've got to give them something once a week for the rest of my life. What the heck? You know what I'm saying? So instead, if you wanted just to get your feet wet, why not just run a 3-month deal? Why not say, hey guys, I'm getting ready to launch some business boot camp, or I'm going to launch a wreath making boot camp, or I'm going to launch a cookie making boot camp, or bath bombs 101 for 3 months, or whatever you want to call it. Something that you can give your followers, your tribe members, a little bit more of you in, and then have a start point and an end point. And that way you're not committing to the whole, 12 months. You've just got 3 months invested, and you can get your feet wet with how is it going to work? How is it going to feel running this? And you could even do these ideas, these little boot camps for your own business in the middle of the summer when sales are slumping, when you need that little boost of, revenue stream for your business. So you could even try that out as a trying on for memberships, if you will. So the other thing, so Bonnie's asking, what do you mean by a digital product? So Bonnie, digital means downloadable. It's online, it's on the internet. So you could create, let's say, a video. you know, of how you do your favorite thing that everybody in the world wants to know about. And listen, it doesn't even have to be tied to your creative business. So it doesn't have to be tied to your wreath making business. It doesn't have to be tied to your candle making business. It doesn't have to be tied to your jewelry business. It could be tied to your 9-to-5 job. It could be that you are a financial planner in your 9-to-5 job and you are making spreadsheets all day, every day, in and out, and you can do it like a breeze. Well, guess what? People in the creative industry hate making spreadsheets. They hate it. They hate working with numbers. I mean, listen, I can make money. I just can't count it. I hate it. I hate having to deal with numbers. So you could be creating spreadsheets for creative business people and selling it to creative business people. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't even have to be anything related to your creative business. It could be something that you're born with, a talent, something that you've learned in your 9-to-5 job, okay? So you can create a product, a spreadsheet, a CVG file if you're into vinyl making. It could be forms. It could be you know, an ebook teaching people how to do something. It could be a service, you know, an Etsy shop critique. It could be anything that you want to teach somebody how to do something. You create it digitally. In other words, they pay you through PayPal, and you send them an email with the content they paid for. Or you can create it on your Etsy shop, and people download it directly off of your Etsy shop. I'm teaching women how to do this in my Inner Circle group right now, how to do digital products if you're interested. Bonnie. So that's a digital product. You create these for your business to help give you a little bit of an income stream for your business. You know, if you're struggling for finding additional income in order to buy more supplies for the next season, why not create a digital product? Create a digital product using the knowledge that you already know, sell it. It might not be selling it to creative industry, it might be selling it to other people that you already hang out with. So there's other Facebook groups that you're hanging out in that are tied to your 9-to-5 job. They may be asking all these, you know, they need help. They need help. They have questions and problems and nobody's solving them, and you might have the answer. So you could create a digital product for them, sell it to them, and then use that money to help buy supplies for your creative business. Yeah, so like a video tutorial, exactly, Jennifer. All right, so that's what I'm saying is build up a tribe of people. You can launch something for just a few months to see how you handle it, to see how well your followers, your members like it, and it's not something you commit to on a long-term basis. All right, so that was tip number 2, is to have a tribe of people wanting to be more involved with you, more in the know with you. The third tip for knowing if you're ready to launch a membership site for your creative business is you have a passion. You have a passion to teach. And I'm not talking about, you like helping people. I'm talking about a burning gut desire to see people succeed, even if it means going way beyond what you've ever dreamt of in your own business. In other words, you know that you wake up on a daily basis and you love teaching, you love helping, you love helping other people succeed, helping other people find a purpose in life. How you just love doing that. You know when you wake up in the morning that you want to make a difference, that you can inspire, that you can teach and educate and give back to the world. When you wake up in the morning and you feel that, and you've got some people under you, a tribe of people, and you are sick of seeing the revenue go up and down in your business, it could be a sign that you're ready for a membership site for your own creative business, okay? So the reason I say you need that passion, you need that purpose of teaching, you need to have that first, is because memberships are hard. You have to give constant information. You have to be on for questions. A lot of the time, you have a lot of managing the people taking payments and emailing, and there's just a lot of additional work that goes in with running a membership site. And if you go into it for the wrong reasons, if you go into it just to make money, it's not going to work out for you. It's not, because you're going to get overwhelmed. You're going to get overtaxed, overburdened. Your heart's not going to be in it, because you have to start with that passion. You have to start with a passion to teach, a passion to see everybody else succeed, even if it means your business doesn't. Okay? So if you go into it with the right reasons, the right desire, then when things don't go your way, it's a little easier to understand. When your members see everything you do for them, and one day you're sick and you can't deliver the content, they're forgiving for you. You know what I'm saying? But because they see that passion inside of you, they see that you are really vested in them and that you really want to see them succeed at whatever you're teaching them. If it's wreath making, if it's candle making, if it's business tips, if it's cookie decorating, cake decorating, cookie or sugar egg design, whatever your passion is that you want to teach people, if you make sure that that passion comes forward in your group, they're going to love you all the more. And even when it's harder on you, it's going to still help you to get out of the bed every day and fulfill what you know you should be doing. So these were my tips. I have all of these tips. I have more information if you're ready for a membership group for your own creative business. I've got tips for creating a membership group in my inner circle right now. The whole portal is open. So no matter what level you're on, let's say you're not even at the level for memberships. Maybe you're like, man, what's a digital product and how do I do that? Or maybe you're like, what's an Etsy shop? And I need to get that started. So no matter what level of the game you are in for your creative business, I've got something for everyone in my membership portal, from steps to what to do next for growing your creative business. And so if you're needing help with your Etsy shop, even this month, I'm doing Etsy shop critiques for people, also teaching other people how to do a membership websites, how to take the money, how to deliver content, how much is too much content, how to manage the content. I even created a spreadsheet for them to lay out all of their content creation for the month or 3 months in advance if they want to. So I'm teaching all of that in my inner circle. I'd be honored for you guys to join me. I'm going to put that in here really quickly, and then I'm going to answer your questions. But just keep in mind, your members, when you create a membership group, are your VIP. They are the ones who get everything first. They are the ones who are your die-hard fans. They have to be treated with gloves, with care, with respect. It takes a lot of time and effort to make sure you incorporate that into the success of your membership. I'm just going to put that in here. So you can learn more about my business success circle right there on that post. And then I'm going to see if I have any questions that I have missed. Let's see. Lauren's in my business circle, girlfriend. So she's saying she gets a lot of messages in her inbox. All right. That's another thing I'm going to be teaching this week on Friday. I'm going to be teaching my members how to run ManyChat, how to do Facebook Messenger bots for their Facebook pages. And yeah, I know about a lot of messages in your inbox, but Lauren's saying people ask her questions all the time in her inbox. That's a sign. When people are asking you the same questions over and over and over again, it's either time for you to write a blog post on it, or it's time for you to create a digital product on it, or it's time for you to create an email opt-in on it. If you don't know what an email opt-in is, I can teach you. I can show you how to set that up too. All right, so there's a lot of things that you can listen to in your messenger from your Facebook page. Listen. Always listen. Listen, Linda, listen. Always listen to your followers, your customers, your Facebook groups, you people in your niche. You're always listening and seeing how can you solve a problem for them. All right, that's another tip for those of you trying to do your digital products. Yes, Lauren. So Lauren launched her ebook this week, last week, and I posted it here on my page. She has created a book about running an Etsy shop, everything you need to know on Etsy shop. She's got that. Lauren, feel free to drop your link, girl, if you need to. So Lauren's got a tip. She's got an ebook that she's running for that. So that's her digital product she's creating, and she's already seeing the success of it and the sales coming in her sleep. She wakes up and she sees on her phone, cha-ching, 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 that she's made sales, and she doesn't have to ship anything. She doesn't have to do anything else. She doesn't have to send an email. It's all there, already done. Girl, I'm so proud of you. That is so awesome. I'm looking for other questions really quick. Kim, I forgot to send out a message that I was going live. And I'll have to send it out now that I'm over for people to watch the replay. I do apologize, Kim, for that. Sometimes it's hard to remember to do everything. All right, so let's see. I don't see any other questions about membership groups. Trudy's question is, how do we know if our creations are good enough to sell in a bigger market? Trudy, you're going to know because people are always coming to you and asking you to buy them. They're always asking you, friends and family, neighbors, you're selling out, you know, you can't keep up with the demand, then you know that you're going to do well on other platforms. The only thing about, let me go back to your question real quick. The bigger market, I want to know what that means for you. Does that mean a craft fair? Does that mean a craft fair in your area that's legit huge? Or is that on Etsy? You know what I mean? What would that be for you? For me, those craft fairs, the markets, the shows, all of that are good when there are things that line up and play out for you. So in other words, the weather's perfect. You've got people coming to the market or the craft fair that are your target audience. You've got the people who are running the craft fair or the target or the show have done their marketing and they've gotten people to come in to the show. You've got enough content, enough wreaths, whatever you're selling, and at various price points to make the sale. All right, so all of these things kind of have, it's got to be a perfect storm for it to work out. There are some people who have figured that out exactly, and they didn't start off learning that. I mean, they just year after year after year, show after show after show, they show up, they hustle, and they make it work for them. Okay, so they could pay for that Disney vacation, or they could pay that medical bill. You know, they figured it out. But a lot of it is a lot of things that have to go into play, that have to, you know, formulate that perfect storm for you to make it work for you. I'm a lazy. I'm always, what can I do the least amount of work for and get the most money with? Does that make sense? For me, it was always selling online, selling on Etsy. I didn't have to show up and sit at a booth. I didn't have to wait on the weather. Is the weather going to clear up? I didn't have to see if people were coming to buy my $150 product. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have to create bazillions of product to have a full booth ready for people to buy, and then more product to come take its place. I didn't have to do all that. You know what I'm saying? So for me, just getting on Etsy was just a lot easier. I made more money than I would have at my local craft fair in a rural area, you know, so that to me is a bigger market. So you'll know you're there when you put yourself out there and you just make it work. I mean, really, the only way you're going to know if you are ready and if you are going to make it work is if you just do it. You're going to learn so much from just getting in there and doing it than sitting by and watching. Okay, so Trudy, just take the plunge, and then if you can't figure out how to make the sale once you're there, do your research, figure it out why. Why are people not coming to my Etsy shop? Why are they not buying once they're there? You know, all of these things need to be questioned, and then you know where to go find answers for those questions. All right, I hope that helps Trudy. Kay says, I need to start at the very beginning, start an Etsy page. Do you help with that in the Inner Circle? Kay, I've got my Etsy Training Academy available in my Inner Circle. It starts from starting an Etsy page to adding your product to it. I mean, I talk about everything on keyword research and how to use social media to direct traffic to your Etsy shop, why you need amazing photos, where to put your keywords once you find out what they are. So I've got all of that inside of my Inner Circle right now. It's that's a full-on training in itself. I've got a lot of training that's beginning to end, Facebook training, Instagram training, Pinterest training, all of that is in there. We've even got guest speakers in there educating you on website, what you need in a website, what every website should have. That's inside of the membership portal. We've got just all of that ready for you when you're ready. Cheryl, yep, Cheryl Lauren has posted her link. That's awesome, Lauren. I'm so proud of her. We have got other people in the group who have started running their own membership sites, having success for them. They've also created their own digital products. I'm just so thankful for them. They can feel free to post that here too. I'm just wanting to lift them all up. Listen, you guys, listen. When you stop worrying about yourself, and when you stop worrying about your business, when you stop worrying about what you offer, what's happening to you, how people can benefit you, and start worrying about how you can lift everybody else up, followers just happen. Money just happens. It's a residual of it. So stop just worrying about you, okay, and start helping others. All right, that's really the key to success. When you start making a difference in other people's lives, I'm going to try not to get emotional. When people call me and they tell me that I have helped them pay their medical bills, or I have helped them overcome some disability they have had, or I have helped them get dressed and get out of their house because they were suffering from depression from so much that they couldn't do it on their own. When I have helped them provide meals for their family, when I have helped them pay for Christmases with cash, you guys, that's what it matters. That right there is my purpose, okay? That's when you know what you're doing matters, and ain't nobody can take that away from you, all right? And it's not because I was worried about my own business and what secrets I had to hold in and who I was worried about helping. It was instead because I wanted to put other people before me and see them grow and be successful, okay? And you all can do that. When I have that in my life, I feel successful whether I have money from it or not. I'm making a difference in people's lives. You all can make a difference in people's lives with your creative business. You know, God may give you this talent of wreath making. God may give you this talent of cake decorating. God may give you this talent of vinyl decor or needlepoint. But he also wants to give you these stepping stones. Okay, so he gives you this talent, and he fully intends you to share it. He fully intends you to use it to help other people, to make other people's lives better. And when you start investing your time into developing the talent and helping other people with your talent, other opportunities open up for you. For example, me teaching you how to run businesses right now. When I first started to make my first wreath and sell it, I never ever intended to come on here and do this. If I had thought for a split second that would be where I'm sitting right here today teaching you, or that in June I'm going to be in front of 350 people live on stage teaching them how to run their businesses, if I were to think like that when I first started off, I would have been too scared. I would have been, no way, heck, no way. Is that going to be me? I am not going there. Instead, I did it step by step. I learned my talent. I shared my talent. I grew my business. And as with each little stepping stone, he uncovered more opportunity for me. He put more people in place for me. He brought and showed me more people in my path of business building where I can further grow my knowledge and my confidence. Okay? So just because you start off with something, your creative business, your talent, you have no idea how the Lord is going to use that to grow your life and to grow lives of other people. All right? So don't think that your talent is all for you. It's not. He gave you that talent fully expecting you to invest it, to use it, right? Not to hide your talents and bury them in the sand. All right, let's see if I have any quick questions, and then I'm going to try to head off. Let's see. Great, Trudy, I'm glad I helped you. Lori's question is, how do I feel about a DecoMesh wreath business now? Lori, if that's what your niche is, DecoMesh, start it, girl. But then I want you to, as you're starting it, think how you can expand on it. How can you add more than just maybe DecoMesh? What else could you do with that? Okay, so yes, if that's what you feel like you want to start with, listen, there's going to be a lot of people out there with memberships. All right, the more I educate people about how to run a membership, the more passionate people get about their niches and want to help out. There is not a limit. All right, think of all of the millions of people in the world. When you run a membership site, first off, it's not just for the US, it's not just for Canada, it's not just for the country you live in, it's worldwide. So think of all of those people, and they're going to follow you because of your experience. They're going to follow you because of your personality. They're going to follow you and join with you because of what you have to offer them. So Lori, even though there seems to be a saturation, just know we're not even tapped in the full abilities. Do you know that DecoMesh is not even fully available in Canada? You see what I'm saying? You feel like it's saturated because you're looking at the United States. It's not even all over United States. It's just really the southeast of the United States. There is still a lot of growth there. So I hope that encourages you, Lori. Kimberly says, how do you respond to friends who love your products and they want that friend discount? Friends are great. All right. So friends and family are awesome, and they definitely are needed when you're starting your business, because they're your first customers. They're the first ones shouting from the rooftop, go follow her. They're the ones saying to their friends, my sister, brother's daughter is doing this. You should check them out. So awesome. They are very much needed when you first start your business. However, you cannot sustain a business just selling to your friends and family. You just can't. So the way I would incorporate friends and family is in the beginning of your business, when you're trying to get going, you offer them that discount with the hopes that they use a coupon code in your Etsy shop. They check out, they come back, and they leave a review for you. And I did that. It was great starting out when I was had leftover Christmas wreaths and my friends couldn't afford it. And I'm like, hey, I've got, 6 wreaths available. Use this coupon code, give me a good review, and you can have one of my creations that you want and can't afford. You know what I'm saying? So they're great when they're starting out, but just know that you can't sustain a business on that. I still offer a friends and family discount, but it's 20% off my retail. It's really no more than what I would give, a good sale going on in my Etsy shop. So hopefully that helps, Kimberly. You still have to make a profit. You still have to make a profit. And I've had family think that's too much money even when I offer the 20% off. And I'm sorry, but I have to feed the kids. I have to pay the bills. I have to buy supplies. You know what I'm saying? It's a business. Luann, I do my crafting business to pay for cancer medical bills left over after insurance wasn't paid. Luann, I hear you. You're going to be, you guys, you've got creative people already making money that are paying for situations in their lives. All right. And it's a godsend. And if you can help them, more power to you. God will only bless you. God will only bless you. Oh, thank you, Trudy. Diana, Julie, you were so wise and absolutely right. We should be worried about others, not the rest will follow. Correct. Let's see. Magnolia, Junction, Decor. I have been watching others do lives and replays and have ideas I think I can make to help make wreath making easier. And I have been I've been doing an R&D for some things I'm going to be making. All right, Magnolia, Junction, whatever your real name is. That is, okay, when the Lord drops these ideas into your head, girlfriend, you need to work on that. You need to go with it, even if it means sleepless nights, working on the weekend, whatever you have. But when the Lord downloads these ideas into my head, and sometimes they're far and a lot. Sometimes I have to make a list, and I can't get all to them at the exact same time, but make a list and then work the list. That's my tip for you. All right, you've got to start working on those ideas for it to be beneficial, okay? Thanks, Linda. All right, so this will be the last question. Karen, thank you for your teachings. What do you recommend if you feel like you have so much to learn yourself, but about the craft? I want to start a membership group and all of the products sell well so far. Okay, so this is what happens. When you start this creative business, you're going to get overwhelmed. Really, when you start anything, you get overwhelmed. When you start a new sport, when you go to a new job, when you learn anything, there's overwhelm because you've got content overload. You've got so much information, so many different steps to walk through, and this is what happens. Majority of the people, they get overwhelmed and they quit. Don't quit. Work through it, okay? Instead, take everything that you need to learn and master and prioritize it. For me, when I prioritize what I need to do, it's always what makes me the money the most, or what can help the most people the fastest, or things like that are what I prioritize. Then I'll have a step 2 list that I want to accomplish. Okay, that will be things that I can do in the downtime. Let's say the hubs is watching television, and I'm not into what he's watching, which is majority of the time, but I want to be in the room with him. I could just put my earbuds in and learn something. Or that might be your step 2, that you can still learn and implement at the same time, if that makes sense. Sometimes I listen to training and I am not even near there. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't even fathom putting that into place in my business right now. but I'm planting that seed. I know later on I'll be there, and so I can listen to it now and just know that I can grow my business, knowing that information will be there. It's just a little bit more growing that needs to happen before I can get there. So there is always this overwhelm. And when in my inner circle, I've got steps. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. Beginners start here. Intermediate start here. Advanced people start here. So I have these steps in my inner circle to walk you through the steps so that you don't feel so much overwhelmed. I'm going to be very honest with you. When you're your own business owner, overwhelm is going to be there. And it doesn't matter what level of the game you are on. I mean, when you're a beginner level, you've got beginner level stress. When you're advanced, you've got advanced level stress. You know, new level, new devil is definitely accurate. So you're always going to have the stress, but it's up to you to manage that overwhelm. It's up to you to prioritize what is important right now for the success of your business. Nobody else can do that, because no matter what level other people are on in their business, it's not going to be the level you're on. You have to only pay attention to your own business with blinders on, looking at the light ahead, and that's the direction you're heading towards. Because that's the only way you're going to get there. And I find, and I teach this in my inner circle, to laser focus. 1 month, focus on one thing. If it's growing your Etsy shop, if it's growing your email list, if it's making a Facebook page, if it's getting your Instagram going, whatever you're wanting to do, that whole month is a focus on that. Because just like a magnifying glass, when you focus it on one thing at a time, that's when the flame starts. When you take a magnifying glass and you start moving it all over the place, it can't spark a flame. So you need to laser focus one thing at a time. Even if you know there's other things that you've got to do, just don't pay attention to that. Just focus on one thing at a time. All right, you guys, I hope this helped you. I hope that helped you, Karen. All right, you guys, thanks so much for joining me on this impromptu Facebook Live, talking about reasons why you should have a membership site for your group, for your business, or how you might be ready to implement a membership site for your own business. If you have any questions, comment here. Check out my Inner Circle group. It's pinned to the top right there for more information. I probably need to update that page and tell everything that we already have in the group, but I just looked. We've got over 40 trainings for you, okay? Over 40 articles. That's not counting the videos, because my Etsy training alone is like 10 or 15 videos. I didn't count that. I just count one Etsy training, all right? So we've got a lot of content in there to work through. I can't wait to help you. You are all of you have something to offer the world. All of you are ready. You have just got to take that leap. I mean, you've got to. Nobody's going to do it for you. Ain't nobody can care about it but you. Your kids aren't going to care if you get it done. Your husband's not going to care if you get it done. Your mom's not going to care if you get it done. The only person that cares about your business, your baby, is you. So only you can make this happen. And you have got to take action steps. You've got to take action steps on a daily basis. You can't work it on a weekend and put it away. It can't grow that way. You have to work it basically on a daily basis. So if you want to come home from your 9-to-5 job and answer emails, and if you want to come home from your 9-to-5 job and make a wreath, or if you want to come home from your 9-to-5 job on the weekends and push for all that you got, because there are people that are doing that in my inner circle now, and there are people that are quitting their jobs because it's starting to pay off for them. All right, so it can be done. It's happening daily with people in our inner circle right now. It can happen for you too, okay? So just No, but you have to be the one to take the step. Nobody can do it. Nobody. But I'm here for you as a support. We've got a good support group in our membership community. So we can't wait to help you through the next steps of what you need to work on in your business. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining me. And I'll be talking to you later.